sideboard our decks, even though we've got sideboards. Yeah, we'll have to manually do it. Alright, so it looks like he's playing possibly some sort of an Inspire deck, maybe? We'll see. This should be interesting, if anything. It's a little bit slow, but I think we gotta stick with this. I think this should be fine. Okay, keep this. So we're going to open up with a Bottled Vitae. Oh, he's got Chosen. Wow, okay. So it's Chosen v Chosen here. That's good. That's really good opening card there. Apparently I'm getting a phone call, probably from nobody. Solicitors, they just keep going, they don't give up. So I'm a little bit slow to him right now. I might actually need to time ripple his guy to make it so he has less specters in the deck. So we'll see how soon he starts drawing these specters that are he's throwing into the deck. Can also pump his stuff up and make it bigger too, so. He also has access to the Baneslayer pony, which is not... that could be problematic as well. Yeah, I don't like having to time ripple his Chosen, but I think I might have to do that here. Just to stifle his turn. And that's less specters in his deck. Make him replay it. Unfortunately, I can't do that and then have Countermagic up. Let's see what I draw here. Sensei doesn't help here because I don't have the resource to play it. So, man, I really feel like I can wait on the time ripple though. Play the bottle. I could play another bottle here and then just take a turn. Yeah, I think I want to try to like push forward with this following turn. So let's go ahead and do this to get our Wild Shard out of the way so we've got it ready next turn. And I'll play my second bottle here so to push through the deck when I'm ready. So he'll have 4 specters in the deck now. So he has a playset of specters in the deck after this turn. I don't really have anything that's too interactive as far as like actually killing things. So turn 1 Chosen is really good for him. Yep, that's really good because he's kind of already ahead. Oracle Song there to refill his hand. Of course, he doesn't have the resources to play anything now, but I can play my Root Dancer here, and I'll stop his attacks. Oh, Buccaneer, that's really good. Yes, that's really good right now. So I'm going to Buccaneer his guy, and that'll give me Board's position. That's really good. If I draw a resource, that would be really good here. If I do not, I'm going to have to play Sensei instead. I really want to Countermagic one of his Specters. That's what needs to happen here. If I can Countermagic one of his Specters, all of them will be a lot more expensive, which will make them the drawback to them be a lot worse. Yeah, that's what I really needed to do, actually, was Countermagic that. So replay his. He can still replay his guy. Doesn't look like he's going to, though. He's got Countermagic up probably here. That's what it looks like. I think he has Countermagic up for my Root Dancer right now. So the question is whether I want to throw a Root Dancer and make him spend it on all my Root Dancers. Pretty sure he has Countermagic up. Alright, well I'm going to play a Sensei here to see what the next card is. I can hold off on playing this Shard a turn for the Root Dancer. See if he Countermagics. No, he does not. Okay. I've drew a Shard so I can play a Shard here. So I'm going to do that. I'll have Time Ripple up for his guy, or I can... I've got Bottled Vitae as well, but I've got Time Ripple up if I need it. I can swing in. He shouldn't block this. Unfortunately, I don't have Countermagic up again, but I'm pretty sure he has Countermagic up now. He's got Repel. Okay, so I can Time Ripple my own guy, which I think is the play here. And I can replay him for value. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to save my guy. I'd rather Time Ripple my own guy here. So I'll take 2. I'm still kind of on the back foot here. Not in a great position. I hope that he basically taps out here. I mean, he might try to counter that Buccaneer. He's got board position, so he really doesn't need to do anything. I need him to counter this Buccaneer and not the Root Dancer. But targeting that Spectre is pretty bad for me. I'd actually almost rather target my Sensei. He can give his guy +3/+3, or +1/+1 counter. He didn't do it. I'm not sure why. I always feel like it's wasteful whenever I use this guy's ability, because I put it on something and then like it gets killed or whatever, it just gets taken care of. And I'm like, well, there goes my champion ability. Well, that seems kind of worthless. Living Totem. Oh, that's really good in the board state as it is. Still has resources up for Countermagic, so if I cast Buccaneer, he'll probably Countermagic. I'll target the Living Totem. I'm really far behind here. I haven't drawn the cards that I need to. I haven't exploded, so it's not looking that great for me. Again, he probably has Countermagic in hand. So, yeah, I'm going to Buccaneer his totem to see if we can draw this Countermagic out. He knows I have it in hand, so... He's got a lot of cards in hand, that's for sure. Compared to me when I'm supposed to be drawing all these cards. Okay, he's buffing his totem instead. Interesting. So he may not have Countermagic now that I'm looking at it, so... Or he might just be saying to himself, you know, the totem's going to come back anyways, so I'm not really too worried about it. Totem is something I'd really like to Countermagic in this matchup, so... Really need to gain control of board state here. What needs to happen is I need to get more dudes on the board and then Menacing Gralk him for like a turn, and then have enough so I can push through enough damage to just win. So hopefully I can get to that board state. But right now his board state looks really good to me with the amount of cards he has in hand. Something tells me he hasn't Countermagic the last 3 turns. So I mean, unless he just drew into it, he probably doesn't have it at this point. But we'll see. I'll play this Root Dancer and we'll see in the next turn. Actually, I'll play the Root Dancer with Countermagic up. So, actually, no, I won't. Okay, so he plays his totem. It's a different totem. Buffs him with that, sure. Give him that 3/3. So he's got 2 totems in hand. Still has 3 resources up. He still could have Countermagic for my Root Dancer. This is rough because I really want to be able to use the Root Dancer's ability here. And I might not be able to because I might have to play this Wild Shard to make sure I have resources for Countermagic up. If I draw another resource, it's not so bad. Or if I draw something else. Okay, another Buccaneer. Yeah, I might as well tempo here. I think I'd rather tempo. I'll play this Shard and then tempo. I really still feel like he has Countermagic, actually. He just hasn't used it yet. Let's draw a card. Let's see what our card is here. Mimic. Alright, so I still have tempo for him. So let's go ahead and count. Let's go ahead and tempo his totem out. And I can swing back for 3. I'm still not really ahead here. I'd really like for him to play another Spectre for me to counter. So he's going to buff him in response. So actually what I can do now is I can play the Root Dancer freely. So that was really good for me. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to buff my guys with now. Yeah, I just need to keep tempo here. So the Mimic, I can mimic a Buccaneer if I need to. And yeah, we'll play that Root Dancer. Which could have happened at any point in time, but swing for 5, swing for 3, not 5. Obviously. So I'm trying to catch up here. I've got 2 Bottled Vitae, so that virtually puts me at 16-ish. Out of resources, so he knows I can't Countermagic here. But something tells me he's going to replay those totems. The totems put him in a bad spot, though, because he won't have resources for Countermagic unless he just drew into 1. He's got 8 cards in hand. 2 of them are totems that I've bounced once. Yeah, where there's one of them. There's that 4/4 totem. You can't buff it either, so if I draw a resource here and I buff like a Buccaneer and swing in, that's really bad for him. There's the Ancestor's Chosen that we bounced quite a ways back. Not a good spot to be in to play that Ancestor's Chosen, really. Swing for 2, of course. Eldritch Dreamer would be really good here if I could draw that at some point in time. So let's see here. If I draw a resource, I could mimic my Root Dancer. He's out of resources here. Draw a Root Dancer, so that's definitely getting played this turn. Mimic doesn't really do a lot for me. I need to actually use one of my Bottled Vitae. So I'm going to use one of them. Let's see what our next card is. I have to use them at basic speed, even though I could. Okay, that's perfect for us. So here we go. Root Dancer. And I'm going to confirm that, and we're going to buff both of our Buccaneers. In the current board state, these 2 Buccaneers would not be worth him trading his totem for, and that's a lot of damage as well. It's coming through. So, go ahead and cast my Vitae here because obviously I don't have the resources for Countermagic. Okay, got another shard for the next turn. So Root Dancer's really coming through for us here at this point in the game. Of course, he has another totem, but it's rather slow at this point in the game, I feel. Because I'll play a Wild Shard and these guys will be I'll be 2 6/6s on the next turn, so that's a lot of damage coming through. He can swing back for 6 here, but I mean, he can take 8 and then swing back for 6, but he's pretty far behind now. Okay, so he took 8, so we'll see what kind of magical stuff he has. If he has Menacing Gralk here, I probably lose. Yeah, because that's 6, 7. Yeah, I lose if he has Menacing Gralk. I have no counter magic up. Of course, I could just mimic his Gralk, actually, so actually that would be fine for me. So I would just mimic his Gralk in that board state. Another Chosen is kind of not a really good time for that Chosen to be hitting the board for him, so I'm guessing he doesn't have a lot of good options right now. I can mimic a Root Dancer in the next turn and drop this shard and buff a lot of things as well. I can have some really big stuff. I could have 2 6/6 Root Dancers. Oh, actually, I could have an 8/6, or an 8/8 and a 6/6 Root Buccaneers. Yeah, he's just sitting now on his board state, hoping that I don't have this Wild Shard, which I obviously have in hand. So, if I draw a Menacing Gralk here, it's over. No, I drew an Eldritch Shield. So I can mimic with Countermagic up. I'm going to mimic one of my Root Dancers here. If he Countermagics, I have Countermagic to answer his Countermagic. And I'm going to swing with some really big Buccaneers, which he'll have to block here. And his totem's not going to be big enough. Alright, that's fine. I have Countermagic to respond. So all his Countermagics now cost 5, and mine still cost 3. And I buff these 2 Buccaneers, and they have to be blocked now. One of them, the 8/8, will have to be blocked. The 6/6 he could let through if he wanted to. Actually, I can swing with the house here. I hope it doesn't freeze the game. I thought it was like 3 counters. It's for sure frozen. Great. Great. Yeah, both timers are frozen, so I suppose it's a judgment call on the judge's part, what the board state looks like. He's got 5 cards in hand. I don't know what they are. I don't know if he has Menacing Gralk, like, I would say that's a game in his favor. Yeah, restart those. Alright, so just waiting on the, yeah. I've countered counters before and it has not frozen the game. No, not every time. I think part of it is the fact that I have an interaction going on right now, and that's why it's freezing the game. Like if it's like counter a target troop, and then like you counter that counter magic, I think you're fine. Alright, so I guess we're restarting. So, alright, well, we'll see. Nope. One challenge only. gonna dance to one song only. Lady Lumps by the Black Eyed Peas. Okay, well, take two. First game was just a practice game. Ugh. This is not great, but I'm gonna stick with this. I have a turn 1 play being the Bottled Vitae, and a turn 2 play being that I can sack it. Turn 3 I can play Buccaneer if things get out of hand, and then Root Dancer maybe. Yeah, we'll hold on to this. So, unfortunately, this hand doesn't have 2 Sapphire Shards, which is kind of important for me. I need to have that second Sapphire Shard. To be able to play every card in the deck, I need 5 resources, 2 Sapphire Shards, and 1 Wild Shard. So he didn't have a turn 1 chosen, so that's already really good for me. Of course, I don't have a turn 1 either, but it is what it is. Alright, another Buccaneer is really good, though. So I'll accept that. That's acceptable. Play the Vitae here. Oh boy. Alright, alright. There's that chosen. It's a turn late, but, you know, better late than never, right? So you must have just drawn it. It'd be nice to have some sort of a turn 1 cantrip, like, spell. Something like, what is it? Ugh, this is not looking great here for us. Okay. Yep. Again, I'm playing the Bottled Vitae as it reads, which is first main phase, or basic action means I can only do it in my main phases. So, well, so far this game is going pretty well. Turn 3 Ancestor Chosen isn't great. I'd actually rather Buccaneer his guy. I'm definitely not going to trade a Chosen for his Chosen, especially because he's got 2 Specters now. I think, yeah, it's going to be, the play here is going to be Buccaneer, and then after that it'll be Root Dancer. It'll be Root Dancer and Chosen. Oh, there's that Gralk we were looking for last game. So, yeah, we'll just Buccaneer his guy here to make it so he doesn't play as many things. Maybe he'll counter him. He has Countermagic up. Yeah, he'll counter him. I'm perfectly fine with that. Just makes my other Buccaneer really expensive. Actually, I'm not paying attention to chat, so if anyone starts chatting with me, I'm sorry. I'm not really like watching what you're saying. Especially in these games, because I don't. I have my screen up, but I don't want to do any like table talk or any of that type of stuff. So here we go. We're in the sinking times now. I have a sinking feeling about this. So hopefully he plays something here without having 3 resources up. Yes, that's perfectly fine with me, because now I can freely play my Root Dancer and a Chosen. Oh no, I can't. Oh, that stinks actually. Wow, well that's not the greatest. I have to play Root Dancer here and then the Chosen, and I won't have anything to buff with it, unfortunately. Spirit Cliff Cloud Knight, it's okay. It's gonna do a lot of work for him, sure. But I can still bounce it with Buccaneer eventually. Really expensive Buccaneer. I need to get that second resource to play this Gralk too, eventually. The second Sapphire resource. Get him online. Okay, so I need to play this Chosen here, so it has to be this Wild Shard. Unfortunately, I won't be able to buff anything because I have no targets to buff. He countered my Buccaneer, my early Buccaneer. So that is unfortunate, but them's the breaks, right? So, yeah, Connie, you can't have any music in the background or it's going to tag my videos. And yeah, Kaga, thanks for that. That's happened before, and that's really annoying, actually, as I try to monetize some of my videos. So I'll take 3 here. I'm not gonna have. Oh, Thunderbird's gonna be a problem for me. This is not looking good right now. Not looking good right here. So which one do I bounce? Which one do I bounce? I think I bounce the Cloud Knight. Yeah, the Cloud Knight's gonna empty more resources out of his pool, so I'm gonna bounce that when he has to replay it. Plus, he's not gonna wanna block my 3/3 Chosen. So play this, do that. Can draw a card here. No, I don't have. Oh, I need the 2 Sapphire still. So go ahead and bounce his Cloud Knight. And actually, I can swing away for 5 here, which is really nice. So he's definitely not blocking with what he has. Gralk is really good here. He'll replay his guy, and then I'll have another 5, 6, 7, and then 9 damage coming through. And if I could copy Gralk again, or if I could bounce him somehow, that should be game time right there. I'll be able to play my Shards of Fate to play the Gralk in my next turn. He should replay his Spearcliff Cloud Knight here, probably. Very likely that's what he's going to play. If he leaves 3 resources open, I can't play Gralk, though. Yeah, he'll replay it. I thought he would. Swing through with Thunderbird because it doesn't block for anything. Whereas his Cloud Knight would. Yep. Take 2 here. I think somehow I'm pulling this out-ish right now is what it looks like. Just need like a little bit more to push it over the edge. I'm not quite there yet. Okay. Oracle Song should be helpful in the next turn. So we're going to get our Sapphire resource here, draw our next card, and see what that is. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to spread out the damage here. Accept. Let's see what our next card is here. And he has no resources, so he can't counter this Gralk. So that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage here. And then I'll have another 9, 10, 11 damage. So this should be game here unless he has a blocker or something, or if he has something crazy. Gralk here. So it's looking pretty good right now. If he plays like 1 blocker, you can block my 4/4 and only take. Okay, so you can play a Spectre here. You can block my 4/4 and take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 after I play a Shard. Yeah, it's still yeah, it should still be game time right there. Yeah, this should be it. Unless he, if he has another blocker, then he should have enough to hang on here. He needs another blocker. Oh, he's gonna conflict my... Okay. That helps. So that might help him hang on here. So he's this Spectre's as good as dead. Let's see, do I have to swing in with Root Dancer though? That's the thing right now. I'm not gonna actually deal enough damage to kill him, so I don't think I can swing in with Root Dancer here, unfortunately. I'm gonna Oracle Song now to see what I pick up before I buff. More Oracle Song, another Root Dancer. So play the Root Dancer, obviously. Okay, so I was just gonna do some math. Okay, so I buff Ancestor shows, or no, let's see. I can buff one of the Root Dancers, making him 4/4. I can buff him, making him 4/4. That's so you can only block one of the 4 damage. It takes 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's still not enough. But that should be good, though. It puts me in a good position. So we'll go ahead and do that. Confirm. So we're gonna buff the Gralk, and we'll buff the Root Dancer that can attack this turn. Okay. And we'll go to attack step and then swing for the fences. So he still lives, but he's in a really bad spot here. Again, he kind of needs like something like what I just played. He needs either a Mimic to mimic my Gralk, or a something along those lines. So he'll take 7 here. This is where Cloud Knight's just not optimal necessarily. I mean, it's really good still because he can still attack in. He's got a blocker. Thunderbird, he's gonna have to leave back. He's gonna have to leave back basically all his blockers here. Because I've got plenty of resources to just keep pumping guys out of range. All I need to do is have 4 backhand right now with what he's got on the table. If he plays Air Superiority, then it might help him a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Another Spectre is always good to have more blockers. Okay. I haven't really drawn any of my Spectres yet. Yep, swing in, sure. I have no way to gain life back like he does, so I need to really win pretty soon. Or maybe leave up Gralk to block pretty soon. One of those two things, but I should be able to win here, I think. We'll see. He's got a lot of blockers. I'm gonna have to kill a lot of things. Let's see here. Everything just keeps getting bigger. Bottled Vitae. I'm gonna play the Oracle Song to draw cards. Because Bottled Vitae and Oracle Song have the same cost when if I use then I get 2 cards with. Okay, so it's just more basically things to buff my guys with. I might as well play the Vitae and just draw the next card just to see what it is. I could have left it up to make it look like I have Countermagic, but I'd rather see that next card. Okay, another Buccaneer, which will definitely be game time next turn if it isn't now. So let's see what we got here. Swinging through. We can't count this Buccaneer. I wish I could just move him. Oh, I can move him over there. Okay. So, we'll make this guy a 4/4. I can make this guy a 5/5. And he'll have to block this guy. He's got 4 blockers, so it's 4 blockers at his 4 blockers. Yeah, I think that... Confirm. So there's 4. He could double block something here, but then he's letting damage through. I'm getting value. I mean, he could kill one of my Root Dancers, I guess, but it's a double block, and that, I mean, for value, it seems pretty good to me. Especially if he blocks, if he kills his Cloud Knight. if I kill a Cloud Knight here. So let's just push through that damage. It's a lot of damage. That's, if you were to let it all through, it would be 17 damage. So we'll see how he blocks here. He might be able to kill something. So he can chump block. Is he going 1-for-1 on everything? Oh no, he's going to double block and let 9 damage through. Absorbing. Yeah, I think that's game there. That should be game. The way he's blocking here. Oh, Blinding Light. Wow. Well, that's impressive. That's an impressive card to play there. I'm impressed. But it really doesn't matter where I put the damage. So he's going to kill both my Root Dancers here. Big deal for him. However, I still have Buccaneer for his Cloud Knight, which will make sure he can't replay it. So I feel like I'm in a decent position here. That's pretty crazy, though. That was a pretty crazy play for him. So props to Armies of Mordor for making that play. Sure, he's going to buff his Cloud Knight. I'll take 5, sure. But it won't matter because I'm going to Buccaneer it away. So that really doesn't matter that much now. And I just keep swinging. It'd be nice if I drew some of these Spectres I've been throwing into the deck. That would be kind of nice. I have 2 card draws in this next turn. I'll have the basic turn draw, and then I'll have... I have 2 card draws. If he swings with everything, that's really bad for him, because I can bounce this guy and deal a lot to him. So he could swing, yeah, he's gonna swing with a Thunderbird and the Cloud Knight. That seems respectable. Thunderbird really doesn't block very well, so leaves a blocker up. He can swing on the following turn for 6 and then 7, but I have a blocker for that, so it'd be really nice to just draw another Gralk here, or something. Well, I could Buccaneer my own Gralk, I guess, but I wouldn't. Would I don't think I'd be able to play him. I need 11 resources to do something like that, to pull off that trick. That's a lot of resources. Ooh, Time Ripple. So I can Time Ripple my own Gralk. Might as well just play these resources. Let's get our next card draw. Let's see what that is. I can Time Ripple my own Gralk. I can Buccaneer his Cloud Knight. Swing in. That's 5. I can't replay Gralk though. Let's see. I think I just... He's not going to trade his guy for Chosen. So I just swing Chosen. And then I'll bounce Gralk. Let's see. Hold on, let's see here. I can bounce Cloud Knight. Bounce that, but that doesn't really do anything. I think I can just wait a turn, maybe. I can just sit on defense for a turn. Yeah, because if I bounce his Cloud Knight here, I'll just wait a turn and then Gralk, and then I'll have another attacker. I can actually bounce it on his end step, and that seems really good to me. So let's go ahead and just do that, and we'll just sit on defense here. So we're going to bounce that, so we don't want to deal with that Cloud Knight. We don't want no stinking Cloud Knights. I can play the bottle here and still have Time Ripple up. And that should be... I can still swing Chosen. Yeah, I'll swing Chosen here. He shouldn't block with anything. I mean, it's a double trade no matter what, so he has no resources. Yeah, so that'll put me in a great position, so I should be able to Time Ripple in for the win here. Time Ripple Gralk on the next turn and during his end step. And then that'll be 5, 6, 7 damage. And then the following turn it'll be another 7 damage. Yeah, taking out those 2 Root Dancers was pretty crazy. Oh, he's going to conflict. Great. So I can't Time Ripple him now. I have to Time Ripple his Thunderbird instead. Yeah. I'll wait till his attack step, though. Yeah, because I can't take 6 damage, I'll die. So, I'll just let it go. That's fine. It'd be really nice to draw some of these Spectres that have been going into the deck, just saying. So, he'll go his attack step. Swing in, sure. He gets bigger. I'll just go ahead and Time Ripple him now. He's got no resources to counter. Oh boy, this is pretty rough. That's for sure. So I'm taking 2 here. I am a turn away from death. So this is actually looking more and more like his game at this point. I can Bottled Vitae. That's going to put me... Actually, I have 2 turns with Bottled Vitae. There's a Totem. Kind of late for that. It's going to take a while to get that. That's another flyer. So yeah, I am a turn away from death here. I don't think I'll have the flyers. Unless I draw some of these. Oh, wow. Okay, great. So swing 7 here. That's perfect. That was like the perfect top deck for me right here. Really needed that to happen. That's ridiculous. Okay, so that's really good. Swing for 7. Just looking to make sure I'm not misplaying anything here first. Let's use our bottle here before we play the Gralk. See what our next card is. Okay. Just in case it was something else that we could have used before the Gralk for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and tap all this stuff down. That's a crazy top deck right now for me. Crazy top deck. I'll go ahead and play this. And swing in. So most of his stuff should be too slow. He can throw up another blocker, but he doesn't most likely have more than 2 he can throw up in the same turn here, unless he draws a ton of Spectres here, which could happen. So we're still not out of the woods yet, but he's got a lot more Spectres in his deck than I do in mine. Put it that way. So we'll see what he's got here. Yeah, there's that Cloud Knight, okay, from a long time ago. Another answer, okay, another blocker for him. So I need to be able to bounce this Cloud Knight is what needs to happen here. Making him even bigger, putting him even further out of range. I can swing in with Chosen, and he'll have to block him, but he'll block him on the ground, and I have no way to give him flying or anything. He'll just chump block him with his own Chosen. I just need to bounce his Cloud Knight here. That's what needs to happen, or draw a Mimic and mimic my own Cloud Knight, or something like that. Or even drawing lots of these Spectres that have been thrown in the deck. That would be nice too. I can't attack him with Gralk. I need it to block his thing. I can't block his other thing. He can give this guy flying. It's basically this turn or not a turn at all. He's going to chump block here. This is pretty much his game. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do here. I can play a shard. It does give me enough charges to draw a card. I just did not draw enough cards. I'm supposed to be drawing cards in this deck, and I just didn't. It just didn't happen. So we will go to game 2 here. Now let's see. I can swing it with that and that. I might as well just swing it with everything because here's. Yeah, he should just gain the life back because all the damage should happen at the same time. So he'll just like block my Gralk here. So I might as well swing in with everything here. He should still win. Blocks the Gralk. Chump blocks there. Doesn't matter here. This damage is going to go through. So. Yep. I don't even know if I drew a single Spectre. I didn't draw a single Spectre. And this guy's been around for quite a while. He's going to trade for I don't know what reason here. Okay. Not sure why he's making that trade. But he still wins. So. But whatever. Not sure why he made that trade. He just needed to chump block my guy, so I felt like that was a play mistake for him. So yeah, he's got 2 in the air. I don't have any blockers anyway. I've got like 1 blocker anyway, so. And I won't deprive him of his win here. That's a little. Yeah. Drew a lot of resources this game too. A lot of them. Really needed to be a little bit more defensive. I've been listening to John too much, I think. He's just like, you could win a turn earlier, I'm like, yeah, you could do a lot of things, John. So I shouldn't have given up my Root Dancer so easily. That was probably the biggest play mistake of this matchup, I'd say. So we will side our decks. I will side versus him. He will side against me. And then we will go to game 2. So, oh, alright, here we go, game 2. Oh my god. I'm going to shut off my screen so I don't get any table talk from you guys. Alright, let's get a good hand going here. That is not what I want to see at all. I think my luck may have run out now. All these 1-drops, I can't draw any of them. I do not like this hand either. I hate going down. Oh man, this is really unfortunate. I think Hex TCG just wants me to lose now. I think I'm going to 5 here. I think I'm losing to RNG now. No, I can't keep this. We're going to draw again. I'll keep this. This seems really bad. This looks like Isengard's game, and you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Them's the breaks. So, well, that's kind of a lot of build up for nothing, really. Even if I top deck a ton of specters here, like right away, yeah, this is just not looking like this is going to be a good game for me. I guess he mulled to 6, so that's sort of good. I went to 5. And that was not an aggressive mull. That was like 1 shard hand, a 2 shard hand with no plays, and then a 1 shard hand with ancestors. So yeah, just a little bit disheartening. I can't even really attack in my chosen and his chosen because it's the only troop I have. It's really the only play I have. Yeah, so this is already... Yep. Oh well. M's the breaks. So I guess John was correct and my luck has finally run out. So I used up all my luck on the last tournament. You would think with 12 1-drops that I would see one in my opening hands. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I can't deal with that right now. Can't deal with it. I need to draw a Spectre here. I can't block him because I need this guy to keep making Spectres. And yeah. I need to draw resources, and yeah, okay, well that kind of helps. I have to time ripple his chosen now. I can attack my chosen into his Thunderbird, I guess, because he shouldn't block that. Yeah, that's the play here. So we'll go ahead and attack him, see what he does. He shouldn't block here. Didn't even get a game 3, but technically if you count the game that I probably should have won, this is technically like a game 3, but the one I feel like I should have won. Of course I should have won the last 2, really. If I wasn't as aggressive with the Root Dancers yesterday, then I probably would have won that one too. So I still feel like this matchup is better for me than it is for him, but sometimes you just don't draw the right cards. Yeah. Oracle Song to get him to refill his hands not helping me out either. So if I mimic something, if I actually get to a place where I can mimic something, what's it gonna be? I'm not even sure. It's interesting you didn't replay his chosen there. I think I would have. Say decided to just draw more cards. I guess that puts him further ahead though, really. Time ripple again. It doesn't really help. I guess I can just time ripple his chosen when it hits the table again. But Thunderbird by itself can like carry his whole game here. I'm also not drawing these Spectres. What really needs to happen is I need to start drawing these Spectres. I don't know. It'd be crazy if I won this. That would be crazy. I do have Gralk. I mean, if I can get to a place where I can play Gralk, but I mean, even then, like yesterday, I was playing Gralk and it just didn't seem to matter because he was ready. He had blockers ready to put in play. Like he knew I had it. I'll take the 3. I'm more afraid of Ancestors Chosen than I am the Thunderbird. Because if all I need to do is draw one Spectre and I can stop the Thunderbird. He's gonna bounce my guy. That's perfectly fine. He can bounce my guy. I'll just replay him. Oh, there we go. There he got his Spectre. I'm guessing he drew that with his Oracle Song. Yep. Nothing I can do here. Yeah, his tempo is like ridiculous here. Pack Raptor doesn't really do anything for me here. And neither does Ancestors Chosen, honestly. Pack Raptor's gonna make it a lot harder for me to draw more resources, so the play here is Ancestors Chosen. Take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the next turn. I'm basically done. It's over. It's over. That's just disappointing. Yeah, not too much else to say, really. I mean, yep, okay. Make your Thunderbird bigger. Now I can't deal with it. Yep. Yeah, now I definitely can't deal with it. Might as well, yeah, make it even bigger. Okay. I could draw something to Buccaneer it away, but he just replays it. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Takes me a 3. Yeah. Yeah. Stuck on 2 resources, mulling to 5. It's just not what this deck should have done. I mean, I've had that's just frustrating. I can time ripple his guy, but I still take too much. Yep. That's just frustrating. The breaks. Yeah, so this deck just didn't do what it was supposed to do, pretty much. I mean, that's really what I attribute this to. Just drew very poor hands. So moral victory to time ripple his thing. Yeah, or that fizzles the ability, so it shouldn't get to buff it because it's now in his hand. Or if it still buffs it. I kind of wonder if it will. Yeah, it probably did. It sounds like it did. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of something interesting there. Another moral victory. I'm taking out his Chosen. Trading Chosen for Chosen here. Oh, wow. Just to add insult to injury. Blinding Light. That's what killed me yesterday. Yeah. Again, I really feel like this is my match. It was my match to lose. Unfortunately, the deck just didn't do what it was supposed to do. So, good games. Unfortunately, we will not get the match that of myself versus John.